What if the person you met at the wrong time was actually the right person? It's the start of your third year in high school, and at that time, you wanted to change the pace. You wanted to do really well in school. You wanted to prove something to yourself, mostly, and you did. In the first quarter, you got an average of 95. That was huge for you. Like, genuinely something you were proud of. But then something happened. They happened. And by they, I mean this person I met in my school's chess club. At the time, I was really focused. Not only was I passionate about sports, but also about keeping my academic record strong. I had everything in line. And there they were. They were cute. They had a great smile. And yeah, you already know how that goes. But here's the thing, I truly believe that love and career can't always exist in the same space. Unless, of course, your career is like light or flexible, or doesn't demand so much from you. Like, if your life allows for a strong work balance, then yeah, it's possible. That's why you see married couples with jobs can make it work, because they have already built that balance. But in the early stages, especially when you're young, just finishing high school, entering college, or freshly out of college, it's not that simple. And I'm especially talking to people in college because it gets really hard. It also depends on your partner, of course. And you can't blame your partner for wanting your time, your attention, your presence. That's literally what a relationship is. You both chose each other. You both want to be together, support each other, love each other. But it gets difficult when you can't see each other, when you can't meet, when you can't even talk as much because of how heavy everything is. So now the question comes in, would you choose love or your career? A lot of people say they choose their career because, there's always more fish in the sea. But what if there isn't? What if you never meet someone like them again? Someone like him? Someone like her? What if years later, when you're finally stable, finally successful, you're in a new relationship, but you still find yourself looking for pieces of them in someone else? That doesn't sound healthy at all. But then, what if you choose love? What if you chose them over your career and things don't go as planned? You end up struggling financially, barely making ends meet. Rent is due, you don't have enough for groceries, and now it's not just you affected, it's both of you. All because you chose your relationship over your future. So, again, it really depends on the situation. But personally, I believe that in your early years, you should focus on your career first. Not because love is an obstacle, but rather because it becomes a challenge. Something that requires energy you might not have yet. And I'm not blaming the partner here. If anything, it's on you. Because deep down, you know if you can't balance both, and you still choose to enter a relationship anyway, that's on you. And I get it. I really do. because I want it to be great. I still do. And yes, earlier I said you can do both. But I'm talking about the majority of cases. There are exceptions. It also depends a lot on your partner. Some people are patient, some people are understanding, but a lot of them are not. And even if your partner is understanding, have you ever stopped to think about how they feel? People think understanding means they're okay with it, but that's not always true. They might be patient, they might support you, but deep down they're hurting because they want to be with you, and you just can't give that to them. It's not your fault for being busy, but it is your responsibility for choosing something you knew to yourself couldn't balance in the first place. And that's why I think it's valid for partners to feel upset. It's valid for them to feel anxious or neglected. Nobody's exactly wrong here. And actually, a lot of studies show that young relationships, especially during college, struggle because of time, stress, and mismatched priorities. It's not always about love fading. Sometimes life just gets in the way. That's why it takes a lot of patience, a lot of understanding, a lot of everything. It takes strength from the person who feels like they can't reach you. But at the same time, I've seen people make it work. I know people who went through this exact situation and they turned out great. One of them got their dream job and they're still with the same person. They built a life together. So, again, it really depends. But if you're watching this right now, here's what I'll say. If you can balance both, then go for it. But if you can't, and well, most people can't, then you need to be honest with yourself. You need to weigh your options. Because there's no single right choice. There might be a more logical one, but it doesn't automatically make it right. Both choices are valid. It just depends on which consequences you're willing to live with. Because at the end of the day, you're not just choosing for yourself, you're choosing for the people in your life now and the people you're going to meet in the future. So, yeah, comment down below. Would you choose love or career? I actually want to hear your answers. And that's it. See ya.